cause it ain't shit. Had to run my checkup cause it ain't shit.
Yo, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You guys already know it's me, Frankie. But for this video, I did want to go ahead and do something different because I am new to YouTube, and I mean, might as well just start with something else, you know? It is 3:47 in the morning and I can't sleep, so I'm gonna go ahead and just film this. And what I want to talk about was that the first topic is gonna go ahead and be on how I lost 70 pounds, because I know that I get this asked a lot. I always get this asked a lot. Everybody always asks me how I lost so much weight, what I did to lose so much weight, why I lost so much weight, and like how it feels to be like way skinnier. Being chubby doesn't always mean you're unhealthy. Being chubby means you're healthy. You can be healthy being chubby, you know? You can be like big muscles, everything. And that's the thing. The thing is that I was like that. I always thought that I was big muscles. My mom would always tell me that. She'd always be like, oh no, you're a big boy, you know, like this and that. And I'd always be like, okay, you know, yeah, whatever. I never really cared about weight until I started hitting middle school. I think that's what I'd say. Go ahead and fast forward from when I was in elementary school in Oklahoma. I was so skinny. I was very skinny. I was probably 115 if I'm not mistaken. I was still kind of tall though. I was about 5 and 7 inches if I'm not mistaken. So I was pretty tall. Go ahead and fast forward to 5 years. So I was already 13 years old, and I remember that I was at a middle school here where I live at right now. That middle school was new to me though, so I didn't know anybody. And I remember I had to go to school all the time, and majority of the kids were pretty skinny, you know, because here in California, for those who know, it's freaking California, you know, so many things to do. It's time killing, you know, like it's actually pretty weird if you don't do anything and if you live here, you know, like basically every single kid that I know is usually always out with their friends or out doing something in general, working, anything, you know, anything. So yeah, so when I came here to California, nobody knew that I had came back from a different state, although I was born here in California. So I remember that I'd hear kids like make remarks like, oh, that kid's chubby, you know, that kid's chubby. Like I'd always be like, oh, I don't care, you know, like I don't care. But like deep down, like I would care, you know. I'd always be like, oh, I mean, like, why are they calling me chubby? You know, I don't even know them or anything. And I remember that it still went on. I actually started middle school back in Oklahoma because I had moved back. So I was there, and that's when I started getting really chubby, like super chubby. I got super chubby. It was to the extreme where I had to buy new clothes because I couldn't fit in my clothes. I couldn't wear clothes that everybody wore. Like honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the picture right now of when I was in high school, and I used to dress like this because honestly, like if I'm gonna be honest, like it wasn't the fact that I wanted to be a cholo or anything. It's just that you guys know that cholos will wear baggy clothes, you know, so they wear like a size larger, a 2 size larger than normal. I mean, it kind of fit in because, well, when I got here to California, I started going to some school where I caught up with a lot of friends who were just like not cholos or anything, but you know, like they were just starting to get there. Like, you know, when you hang around with somebody, you usually pick up habits, old habits, bad habits, good habits, any kind of habits. You know, you pick up habits and you either follow them or you don't follow them. But in my case, I went ahead and I followed them. So I started dressing I remember I would wear big shorts, I would wear khaki pants, big windbreakers, and I wouldn't really mind because you couldn't really see that I was very fat due to the fact that I was pretty tall. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward 2 years. I was in Valley. And at Valley, I'd always be sad, dude. I was always sad, always. Honestly, like this is a good topic because I know you guys probably don't care, but like this is actually like something that I wanted to talk about because not everybody, but how I lost weight. You get me? And I just want to go ahead and run back down like a background story on how I did it, why I did it, what I went through when I was doing it, and how I was going through it. I remember that I have an aunt who started going to the gym because she was pretty full like I was, you know, and she'd always talk about how she wanted to lose weight. And I remember that she was going through problems at the time, so she started going to the gym and she started losing weight hella quick. And I remember that I started looking at her getting way thinner. And then like all of a sudden I was just like, oh, can I go with you to the gym? And she was like, yeah, sure, like let's get you a guest pass and you can go. And I was like, okay. I remember I started going to the gym. And like I feel way better, you know? And the main reason why I'd go to the gym was because when I was fat, I was always depressed. Like, I was always fucking depressed. Like, you guys don't know. Like, right now, like, sometimes I get depression and all, but, like, it's something that you can't, like you can't get rid of. You get me? Like, you can't say you're gonna go ahead and get rid of depression because you can't. Like, depression is there for good. You get me? Like, you can take care of it medically. Like, you can, but dude, honestly, like, it's something you have to work with on daily, you know? Like, anxiety, depression, panic attacks, all of that. Like some people say like, oh, you're seeking for attention, but let's be honest, bro. Like you're not seeking for attention if it's really fucking your mind and you're not letting anybody know, right? Like honestly, bro. Like there's so many people who don't speak about it but go through it. Like, are you really gonna go ahead and tell me like, oh, they're seeking for attention? You get me? It's not my family, honestly. Like my family, nicer, you know, but my mom kind of like is crazy too. One thing, like honestly, like I know everybody should have respect for their parents, but like ultimately, like I have respect for my parents because my parents are like, I don't know, I kind of just don't fuck with them. You get me? Like as in the way where I'm gonna go ahead and disrespect them because, bro, I fucking love my parents. Like they do so much for me. You get me? And the thing is that sometimes I see it on the perspective that they see it, and I go ahead and just talk out of my ass like, no, they don't care for me, you know, like, but they do, like, honestly, like, I'm thankful because I'm a senior this year. I'm gonna go ahead and graduate. That's been my mom's #1 wish, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm happy because I'm doing this. Like, I know you guys probably think I'm lying, but honestly, like, putting myself out there to you guys, like, letting you guys know what I go through, like, what goes on in my life. I want to go ahead and do a lot of this because honestly, like, I think it's something that I actually like, you know, like, go ahead and talk about what's going on and all. This year's gonna be full of success, and I just want you guys to go ahead and like actually like step into this with me. You know, like there's so many things that I want to do. I do have an Instagram and a Snapchat. My Instagram is ok.frankie and it's 0k.frankie as a matter of fact. My Snapchat is capital JUNIE 9278 Junior 9278. Go ahead and add me. If I don't post on a couple days here, I'm always posting on Snapchat, on Instagram as well. I always think like, why do I have to be fat? Like, why do no girls like me? You know, like my problem was always I could never get a girlfriend because even the ugliest bitches that I see right now, like, bro, there's some ugly ass girls that, like, and I'm not trying to be cocky, like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but there's girls that would friend zone me as fuck back then, and now like they come like talking to me, you know, and it's funny because I'm like, didn't you friend zone me like a while ago, and like now you want to talk to me? You get me? And honestly, like, not that I'm cocky or not that I think I'm better than anybody, but I just like I'm not looking for a relationship right now, like. If a relationship comes towards me and if I see that it is working out, if it is good, and if it's not gonna mess me up, like it's gonna better me and like it's gonna help me better myself other than mess me up, then I probably will, you know, like who wouldn't? Like it's something good. But honestly right now, like I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm more on my trying to get my school stuff together. And I'd always be like, dude, you can't lose weight if you're eating, you know, like you cannot lose weight. And my mom would always tell me, like, get out of the room, go for a run, do something, like, stay productive, get on top of the ball, you know, like, just go ahead and get yourself busy, get your mind running, do something, do your homework. I was slacking on school, like, I was doing very bad. Like, you guys, this is not a joke. Like, when I tell you guys that losing weight really does help you, like, I'm serious, it really does help you because I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you guys that when I was very chubby, and when I started all of this, when I started experiencing a lot of depression, when I started going through a lot of problems, when I fell like rock bottom to zero, like I was at valley, and I remember that I was doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing, you know, like I was messing with stuff I shouldn't have been messing with. I was hanging around the wrong crowd, if I'm gonna be honest. And I remember that my mom would always tell me, like, because my mom is very comprehensive. I fucking love my mom. My mom's like my best friend. Like my mom's my best friend actually. She's my fucking right hand. I can always count on her, honestly. And I'm not just saying this so you guys can be like, oh, he loves his mom, you know? Like, I'm going to go ahead and bring my mom over on a couple videos as well because she did tell me she did want to participate because I asked her. Actually, she's from here, actually, so she knows what's up, you know? Like, she's very OG. She's, like, old school, you know? So you can't fool her. I can't fool her, at least. That's when I realized that instead of me trying to fool her, I should have just went ahead and been her friend, you know? Like, because, honestly, like, back then, bro, we had so many problems. Like, you guys should have seen, like, everything was... Like, all the, like, being fat, being depressed, messing up, messing with things that shouldn't have messed with, everything was legit leading to me and my mom having these confrontations every single day, guys. Me and my mom were fighting every single day, legit. We would fight before going to school, we would fight after school, and it was for the same fucking problem, guys. My grades were low and I wouldn't go to school. And I remember that I started going to school, but I'd go late to every class. Like, I'd go late to every class because I remember I started getting district letters. And they would say like, oh, like your son has been absent for so and so, like this is his fourth tardy notice, you get me, or his fourth absence notice. And my mom would always be like, oh, like you need to get it together, like stop messing up, I'm gonna sing it to Oklahoma with your dad. And at the time I didn't get along with my dad, so I'd be like, nah, I don't wanna go with my dad, you know, like I don't like him. It's just immature as fuck, guys. Honestly, I was very immature. I feel so stupid, but I'm so happy like I outgrew myself out of that. Like honestly, you guys don't know how good it feels to outgrow yourself, like to be better than what you were, to have higher like expectations. You get me? Like set your standards. Like don't just sit and be like I'm gonna go to school and graduate and then do whatever I think is best. You know, like make sure you have something noted down. Like make sure you know what you want to do at least. You know, have a little something in your mind and be like, okay, well, if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Plan B. You know, always have a plan B. Alright, so I remember that I was getting constantly depressed. I was like, I couldn't even do this anymore, guys. Like, it was to the point where I just didn't want to do anything anymore. I wouldn't do homework. I wouldn't go to school. I'd get in trouble at school a lot. Like, you guys don't know how bad it was. Long story short, I ended up in a continuation school. I did end up going to figure out my letters with the court thing. I really did have a rough time. That's when I started like looking at it at the bright side, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and start going to the gym, staying focused to the gym, doing school, you know. I remember I started going slowly, and I started losing weight. And people started noticing that I was losing weight, and people would always be like, oh, like you look way skinnier, you know. And I'd always be like, oh, thank you. Like, but it'd bump up my self-esteem a lot. Honestly, it would bump up my self-esteem a lot. It hit to a point where I lost up to 20 pounds, and then when I lost 20 pounds, like, bro, it was over. You get me? Like I was starting to become a little more popular. People would know me. My views on Instagram were starting to go a lot way higher. I was way different compared to how I was back then. You get me? Because how do you go from being like 290 to like 270 in less than like 2 months, you know? And then like automatically grow your self-esteem and start posting and everything, you know? Like that's freaking wild. Like who does that? You get me? Like, but I mean, I went ahead and did it. Like I was like, okay, I was like, you know what? I got to where I wanted to be. I was like, I told myself that I wouldn't be falling back for the same girls. I wouldn't be crying for girls, especially. Like, you know, like, that was me being stupid. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and live my life, you know? So I remember I started posting online. I started doing so many things. I started getting a lot of views and everything. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to make myself seem higher than anybody. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now. And I started getting girls that I would like back then, but they wouldn't like me. And they started following me, and they would like my stuff, and they like my stuff. And I'd be like, what the hell? I went to continuation school. I was still hitting the gym. I got a job. That's how I noticed I started bettering myself. I got a job. I bought my own car. I bought my own truck. I got myself out of continuation school, and I got myself into my now high school, which is I'm not gonna go ahead and say the name because I'm still there. But it's a pretty good school, you know. Like it's chilling. All the homies go there. Well, not all because I only have like a couple, like probably like 4 or 5 homies. But you guys know who you are. Y'all already know. Fucking keeping it A1, my boys. That's right. But yeah, guys. I started getting way better. I stayed dedicated now. And like look at me right now. Like honestly, like I'm not even lying. Like I think I'm at 210. I'm not sure. So I lost over 70 pounds, over 80 pounds to be exact. Cause I was like at 293, 294, if I'm not gonna lie. I'm way skinnier. I feel way better. Don't hold back onto what anybody says. If you guys feel like you guys want to do it because the inside of you feels fucking black, like you guys feel bad and everything, like go ahead and do it, you know. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Make sure you better yourself. You're gonna feel way better when you start losing weight. Once you start seeing results, once you start seeing that the clothes is fitting you big, bro, you feel so happy. You're like, oh shoot, I'm doing it. You get me? Like I'm doing it. And yeah, like I just want to go ahead and say that, like, don't let anybody's words bother you. By all means, if you guys have to do something to help yourself out physically, mentally, or spiritually, like go ahead and do it, you know. Like don't do it your stuff. Don't do stuff for anybody else if nobody else is looking out for you. But don't take this the wrong way. Don't do stuff because you expect others to do stuff for you. Oh, it's me and the homie, we gymming a lot, you know? And like it just helps you out. Like it does help you feel like you guys know somebody who's trying to work out too, but you guys are both shy to start to get ahead of it. Go ahead and go together. Like what's so funny about it, you guys? What's embarrassing about it? Like I am gonna say, when I started going to the gym and I was fat, I remember that I used to run the treadmill and I used to be embarrassed because I remember people would look at me and like I'd be like, oh shit, like people are looking at me. No, I remember I'd stop running just to walk because I'd be embarrassed. And now like I'm thankful that I lost weight. You know, I'm thankful I stayed dedicated. Like I'm thankful I stayed consistent because honestly, like I'm so happy with the results I have, and I'm still like trying to achieve more. Like I'm trying to get built. So I am going to the gym as of right now as well. But weight loss wise, I did lose 80 pounds, 83 pounds around there. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a picture of before and after. And yeah, guys, I just want to go ahead and say that this video, I know I have been doing a lot of sit down videos, but you know what, it just came to my mind because honestly, like I'm not even gonna go sit and be a follower and make videos like everybody else, you know, because if somebody really wants to watch me, somebody's gonna watch me being me, you get me? Now they're not gonna watch me being somebody else, because what's the point about being somebody else if that somebody's already there? You get me? Might as well go watch them on that YouTube channel. So honestly, like, if you guys like my YouTube videos, like, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys don't, then I'm sorry, you know, like, there's nothing I can do about it, like, honestly. But I really do hope you guys enjoy my videos. Yeah, guys, well, go ahead and stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and be dropping a lot more, like I said, and I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video and drop it today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, alright guys, bye bye. Go ahead and just
I don't need no cases, bitch. You can't even hit my bus, so I'ma face this shit.